Hello everyone, this is Fine from Awesome Tech Gaming Pro. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the upcoming 2025 lineup TVs. It's that wonderful time of year again when the biggest electronic companies gather at the Las Vegas Convention Center to showcase the latest products on prototypes. TVs have always played a major role in this expo, with most TV brands unveiling their latest lineups at CES every January. This year is no exception as LG, TCL, Hisense and Samsung all unveiled at least some of their latest and greatest TVs before or during the main CES show. There are a few surprises at this year's show, including impressive new OLED technology used by LG, Samsung and Panasonic. Just when people thought OLED technology was close to peaking, panel manufacturers have continued to innovate and push OLED panels to new levels. This is also a great year for PC gamers, with many TVs now supporting 165Hz refresh rates for smoother motion. Some of these TVs will only be realized in the second or third quarter of 2024, but as soon as possible, as the released, you can see which models you have purchased throughout the year and vote on your favorites in this suggestion.
If you are new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Tech Gaming Villa where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater. You can check and subscribe.
So what can you expect if you are looking to buy a new TV in 2025? The unfortunate news is that for most consumers, there's very little difference between the 2024 and 2025 models. 2024 saw some impressive technological improvements in high-end TVs. But sadly, very little of that has trickled down to the budget and mid-range lineups this year. Almost all improvements this year are only available in the high-end market. So if you are looking for the latest and greatest, you can find some impressive technological improvements. All brands are embracing the push into ultra-large TVs with multiple new models announced in the 100 to 115-inch range and a few even larger models. As prices continue to drop on those massive TVs, they are becoming increasingly appealing to home theater enthusiasts who previously would have been limited to very expensive projectors. And surprisingly, the other big news this year is that every brand is placing a significant focus on AI-powered features. In most cases, these are just rebranded voice control features, but there are a few unique approaches to this. First, I want to talk about the Hisense. Hisense hasn't announced their full 2025 lineup yet. At CES 2025, they announced a new micro LED TV available later this year, starting in a massive 136-inch sizes. They also announced the Hisense 116UX Trichroma Mini LED TV. LED TVs currently on the market use a backlight to produce light and then add layers of quantum dots, phosphorus or color filters to produce the blue, green and red lights that make up each pixel on the screen. The 116UX moves away from this, instead using separate red, green and blue LEDs to produce the backlight. This likely results in better color separation than conventional mini LED TVs, resulting in a better color volume and better light efficiency. It's different from micro LED displays, though, as the tricolor LEDs aren't dimmable on a per pixel basis. Both TVs are advertised to reach 10,000 nits of peak brightness and can display 95% or more of the BT 2020 color space. Given the technology used and size of these displays, it's obvious they won't be targeting the average consumer. I expect both TVs to be very expensive, but no pricing has been announced. Unfortunately, Hisense hasn't announced anything yet, so we don't know what they have planned for the rest of their lineup. LG's 2025 lineup is very similar to the 2024 one, with a few additions, including the new QNET 9M wireless TV. Most of their lineup is nearly identical to the 2024 equivalent, especially in the mid-range space, with the TVs like the C5 and B5 offering only mirror improvements and tweak over their 2024 counterparts. The story is a bit different in their high-end lineup. as LG has announced and entered the new panel technology for their high-end G5 and M5 models and move away from quantum dot technology on their QNET lineup. LG has abandoned the MLA technology they have used for the last 2 years to increase the brightness of their top-tier OLEDs. Although they didn't talk about the exact panel technology used, I've learned through Panasonic's announcement that these TVs use a new 4-layer tandem RGB panel. This new OLED structure is designed to drastically improve the purity of the 3 primary colors and increase the overall brightness of the display. This should also result in significantly improved color volume with less washout at high luminance levels. LG calls this new brighter OLED panel Brightness Booster Ultimate. They claim that it delivers up to 3 times the brightness of conventional models, giving a 10% window on the LG B5 as an example. I found the G4 to be approximately 2.1 times brighter than the LG B4 with a 10% window, so these claims don't seem too far-fetched. You will find this new panel on the G5 and M5 models, but sadly only on the 55, 65, 77 and 83-inch sizes. The 48-inch and 97-inch models of each don't get this new panel. Outside of their OLED models, LG announced new versions of most of their QNET TVs. The big news here is that the LG has moved away from quantum dots, instead creating their own proprietary technology, which they have dubbed Dynamic QNET Color Solution. The QNET lineup is otherwise relatively unchanged. The QNET 9M comes with a LG's wireless zero connect box, allowing for wireless streaming up to 4K 144 Hz. This is great for PC gamers as you don't need to place your PC to next to your TV. LG also finally unveiled a new remote. The new remote functions almost the same as the old one. So motion controls are there to stay. Whether you love them or hate them, LG has removed the dedicated input button and added a new AI button. If you see the Panasonic TV, although Panasonic just returned to the US market in September 2024 with a handful of models, they have already announced new models for 2025 and confirmed that they will be releasing in both Europe and United States. They have announced 3 new models, including new mini LED and OLED flagships and new entry-level LED TV, much like the Z95A before it. The new OLED flagship Z95 aims to compete directly with the LG's G series flagship, sporting the same 4-layer panel which they have dubbed primary RGB tandem panel. Combined with redesigned thermals, they should result in a noticeably brighter panel and better separation of primary colors, resulting in significantly improved color volume, especially in bright scenes. This year, the flagship mini LED TV, the W95, is marketed to offer 2.5 times the dimming zones compared to the W95A. Although this is a significant improvement, it looks like even the largest models will have no more than 500 dimming zones, far short of what most other brands offer. While the number of dimming zones doesn't necessarily result in significantly better local dimming, this still feels like Panasonic is a bit behind the times. The most of the Samsung's mid to high-end lineup for 2025 has been announced. If you see the Samsung TV with no real surprises, most of the lineup is the same as last year with a few minor tweaks and improvements across the board. They are doubling down on the controversial matte coating that first appeared on the 2024 S95D, adding it to their flagship QN90F. And to both 2025 8K models like LG and Panasonic, Samsung is switching to a tandem OLED stack for their flagship S95F QD OLED, but with 5 layers instead of 4. Unfortunately, it looks like QD OLED is still limited in size, no 83-inch panel inside. This means that the dreaded panel lottery is back. So on the S95F and S90F, you could get either QD OLED or WOLED depending on which size you buy and where you live. Perhaps the strange announcement this year was Samsung's announcement of new edition of their very popular lineup of lifestyle TVs. The Frame Pro has more in common with Samsung's QNET lineup than previous generations of the Frame TV, offering a 144 Hz refresh rate for gaming and mini LED backlight. There's a catch though, that mini LED backlight consists of a single strip of LEDs along the bottom edge. In other words, it's edge lit. It's highly unlikely that this will deliver even a decent local dimming experience, so they were not sure why Samsung is going in this direction. Now, if you see the Sony TV lineup, Sony hasn't officially announced their 2025 lineup yet. In 2024, the lineup was presented to TV insiders at a private event in March, with the embargo lifting and the full public announcement in April. I don't know if that's what Sony has planned for 2025, but so far there's been no official word on a lineup announcement. That being said, like in 2024, a user on Weibo has leaked what they claim is the full Sony lineup for 2025. I won't comment too much on this information until it's confirmed, but as it stands, this is a very confusing lineup. Sony is mixing OLED and mini LED models within the same model lineup, while it will be easy to differentiate them based on the size you are buying. This is a very anti-consumer move and will likely cause significant user confusion. I don't know if these leaks are accurate or not, but the same user accurately leaked the 2024 lineup a month before Sony's private event. Now, if you see the TCL TV lineup, I don't know much about TCL's entire 2024 5 lineup yet, but as they have only announced 2 new models, TCL is expected to announce more new models later in the year, including models that use TCL CS OTS next generation WHVA panel. This long rumored new panel technology is expected to offer a similar contrast to existing conventional BA panels, but with a wider viewing angle, without the downsides of the wide angle filter some brands have used in the past. Although TCL has technically announced 2 new models, only one of them is available in the near future. The TCL QM6K is a mini LED display with up to 500 local dimming zones and quantum dot technology for a wide color gamut. It's one of the cheapest TVs on the market to support up to 144 Hz refresh rate for PC gamers. With TCL's resolution having game accelerator feature, you can up that to 288 Hz or unprecedented motion clarity on a TV. It's available in a wide range of sizes from 50 to 85 inch. TCL's also teased a higher-end model, that TCL QM7K. I don't know anything about it yet, other than that it will be available in a wide range of sizes up to 115 inch and is the successor to the 2024 TCL QM891G. So the question is, when do new TVs come out? While no release dates have been announced at this time, most of LG and Samsung TVs start releasing in late February to early March. Most brands staggered their releases, and this year it looks like many of the announcements are staggering. So I expect new TVs to be announced and released throughout the year. Sony typically starts releasing their new lineup in May, following an official announcement in March or April. What's the best time to buy a new TV? The best time to buy a new TV is late spring or early summer, as brands release new lineups. Older models are generally heavily discounted as retailers clear out inventory to accommodate the new models. If you prefer be more on the cutting edge and enjoy the latest models, the best time to buy is usually a few weeks before Black Friday. For a more detail, you can check out my channels. So finally, I want to say 2025 will be a very interesting year for TV and home theater enthusiasts. Mini LEDs continue to improve, hitting unprecedented peak brightness levels and approaching the contrast of OLED displays. Just when many people thought it had peaked, OLED technology raised the bar again with new panel structure and innovative designs, pushing the technology to new limits, resulting in much higher peak brightness and significantly improved color handling, of course. Innovation doesn't come cheap, and you can only find most of these improvements in the top of the line premium models. For budget and mid-range consumers, there's very little change over 2024. So what's your thought about this newly TV 2024 5 TV lineup? Please write in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. That's it from now.